Wagwan gang, it's your girl Vicky Juguna again, and we're back with another video. So today I'm going to show you how to do this soft glam makeup look. You can do it in literally under 30 minutes. So make sure you stay tuned and make sure you subscribe. If you're here, please do your girl a favor and subscribe, please. Thank you. And to my returning subscribers, thank you for always sticking around. I love you loads. I love you a lot. So stay tuned because I want it to be brief. I don't want to be talking a lot in this video. So yeah, let's get straight into the tutorial.
Trust me, bila wewe I'm wasted. Ni kitu saa sita, kipiga be there baby. Always ready, shoulder to lean on vitu zikiwa heavy. I know you're pissed, sorry. You're my one and only.
So I went ahead to do my eyebrows and I set my eyelids just because it takes a lot of time. So the next step for me is always doing my eyeshadow because yeah, it makes sense. I don't wanna spoil my my foundation and my whatever when I'm going back to my face. Yeah, so this is the eyeshadow palette I use. I'm sorry it's a bit stained. I tried cleaning it, but whatever. You're going for neutral shades, so shades of brown will do. So first I'll begin with this brown shade. I'll use this brown shade on the outer corners of my eyelids. When you're applying, make sure you're holding the farthest end of your brush so that you can get more control over your brush. Then first of all, I'm just packing the color, then I'm going to like do circular motions with it so that I can spread it all over my eyelid. Difficult. I don't know why you love me. So after that's done, I'm going to take a creamy shade. I'm not sure which one. I think we'll go with this shade over here for the inner corners of my eye. Nobody else had a clue what I could do, what I could do. Right around love. Like a very quick look you can actually do because it's just a soft glam really. You don't have to complicate your look. Make sure you actually diffuse it onto your eye, near your eyebrow, because you don't want like harsh lines or harsh whatever. So I went ahead to do my eyelashes off camera because also it takes a lot of time. So before I do my foundation, this is what I love to do. I conceal the visible black spots that I have on my face because yeah, child, they're really destroying the look. So this is what I do. I'm going to take some concealer on a brush, then I just pat it where I can see the visible spots. And after I pat them, I'm just going to leave them out to dry on their own. I don't want to like blend them in or whatever. I saw this on Michaela's. You guys follow Michaela on TikTok. She said that this hack really works, and it actually works for her. So I've been implementing it, and so far so good. Honestly, I love how seamless my face looks after I've done my foundation. So I'm going to show you how it looks. So I'm going to wait for this to dry, then I'm coming back to show you like the rest of the steps. So right about now it's a bit dry. So for my foundation, I normally use the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 335. That's classic tan. However, I have combination skin and this thing dries the shit out of my face. I do not, especially my forehead. My forehead is completely dry when I use this foundation. So this is what I love to do. I'll either take my moisturizer and mix it with my foundation, or I take another foundation and mix it together with this. So for me, my foundation is the one which is close. So I'm going to use this is the Kiss Beauty waterproof foundation, this specific one. It's really full coverage and it's a bit darker than my skin tone. So when I mix the two, it's going to give out like a seamless shade match. So let me show you how it mixes together. So I've just mixed it with my concealer brush. So that's what I'm going to use. So you can see, I'm starting from the inner corners, of course. You can see like the shade match is actually quite seamless. I hope you guys can see what I'm saying. When I blend it out, it's going to be a bit seamless. And for the concealer, just leave it as it is. Don't do anything with it, and a little goes on my face. I'm just going to spread this on one side of my face first, then I'll blend it because I feel it's a lot. I'm going to use a damp beauty blender to blend it. As you're applying your foundation, you should totally avoid this eye area part. This is because you want to prevent creasing as much as you can while you're doing the concealer. So that's the best advice I can give you guys. So just avoid, literally just avoid the eye area. And you can see once I've blended, like the match is matching, like the neck is matching with the rest of my body. So that's what you want. Blend everything, even on your neck, around your ear. We don't want to have two different shades.
Keep it juicy, juicy. I eat that lunch. She keep that booty, booty. She keep that plump. That's beauty, beauty.
See what I'm doing. I am using the remaining product of my beauty blender to go over my forehead. This is because I have a big forehead, and once I just apply foundation all over my forehead, it's just going to look funny. And when I sweat, no, I'm not ready for that. So whatever is excess on my beauty blender is what I'm going to use on my forehead. I'm done with that. You see spots where? Spots where? Like the base is basing, as you can see right now, and you can clearly see that I have eye bags. So the next step, of course, is going to be concealer. I already have concealer on my hand, but let me show you what I use. This is the LA Pro Girl in the shade Cool Tan. It's the shade Cool Tan. So I have this concealer on my hand. So I'm just going to use the brush to literally apply it. I'm going to show you how I apply it on my face. So I'm just going to take some, not much, just some, and I concentrate on here. I do this and some here, and then I do the same thing on the other eye. So when you're doing concealer, a little goes a long way, seriously. If you don't want like the typical full coverage look, a little goes a long way. And for me, I'm more on the natural side of makeup. I hate full looks.
Take a look with the pop, wipe the pain away. You see, and it's tighter than a virgin, like McDonald's say. I love when you give it, and
my eyes, I'm just going to let them dry, and then I'm going to highlight over here and over here just a bit. Because I have a big forehead, I'm going to highlight as low as possible because my contour is also going to be lower. And just a line on my nose. Not necessarily supposed to be straight, but you get the gist. So this is where I highlight mostly because I also feel like it rhymes with the face of the shape of my face. Yeah. So I'm just going to let that dry, and in the meantime, we're going to contour our face. This is the contour palette you're going to use. Let me show you how it looks on the inside. Ouch. This is how it looks on the inside, and you can clearly see this is the only shade I use on this palette. Either this or this, but you're going to use this, of course, because I love me a good dark contour. This is the brush I normally use to contour. So this thing is a bit thick. So I forgot to, oh my god, I forgot to set my face. I'll set my face up. So I'm just going to use a bit of setting spray. Just do like one pump of that. It's even going to be in excess. Then I just pick it up really. And for contouring your face, you want to contour where your jawline actually is. My jawline is somewhere here. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a line there. And I make sure like my contour actually contours really. Then I love putting a line here, like sort of a curvature, and I bend it over like that. For my chin, I love to really pull it inside. I hope I'm making sense, but yeah. Then for my forehead, I contour really low because yeah, I want the concentration to be here, not here. Then I'm going to just spread it on top. Yeah, that's it. So my concealer has already dried down, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take some setting spray, spray it all over my face, then start blending my concealer. So I'm going to use the other side of the beauty blender. This side is already dirty. I'm going to use this side to blend it. While you're blending, make sure you lift up your eye like this, then go ahead and blend. I hope you guys can see. This prevents a lot of creasing, and yeah, it's a technique that has worked for me. Immediately I'm done with my highlighting contour, I just go ahead and set it because child, I am avoiding creasing at all costs. So yeah, I'm going to take some powder on my beauty blender. You can use a beauty blender or brush or whatever you want. Then do this a bit. Then now I set my face, my highlights, sorry. After that's done, now I'm going to blend my contour. So for my contouring, it's a bit, I don't know, it's not complicated, but yeah, you're just going to see. So for me, I just blend it where it was, yeah. If you feel your face is a bit dry, just, you know what, just spray some setting spray on your face. And I love contouring last because I feel like it really balances the highlights for me. So that's why I love contouring. I love contouring last. So I'm just going to blend the contour outwards. I hope you guys are getting what I'm doing. Look a bit crazy now, but you'll get the gist once I'm done. This is an angled brush, by the way. So this is what I love using when I'm contouring my face. And also, make sure you pick some and bring it on your cheek. I don't know, it just works for me that way. Sometimes this thing gets a bit dry. So yeah. Just spray a bit. Then continue blending. It becomes easier that way. Don't forget to chin. Like you guys can see how my face now looks snatched. I hope I'm making sense. Like you're supposed to contour according to your face type, so yeah.
If you go to church, if she ain't got a butt, fucking get a toy. Yeah, you just wanna party, you just wanna lap dance, you just wanna pop up on these guns like you the Batman. You just wanna pull up in designer with your best friends. You don't wanna.
Now my face actually looks well put. It's contoured, it's snatched, all the good stuff. So after I'm done like doing everything else, I'm now going to put some powder on my cheeks just to like sort of reverse contour everything and make sure everything is snatched. So of course we're finding our cheekbones again somewhere here. Then I'm going to take some powder and just draw a line there, just a faint line. I don't love the way people use a lot of powder and then it just becomes like, I don't like that way. I don't like it that way. So I'm just going to take some. It's even a lot. And just leave it there.
Gotta be something different. You must be made for me. Patience is everything. In and out, in and out, in and out. Arguing, trifling, difficult.
I forgot to contour my nose. So I'm just going to take the remainder of the contour that was on this brush, then I contour my nose. while contouring, make sure you really connect it with your eyebrows, because I don't know, it makes my nose look longer a bit because I have a very tiny short nose. So yeah, now that my nose is contoured, we can further bake my my face, like just here. I don't know, I feel like it makes a difference to my face because I told you guys I have combination skin, so my nose tends to get really oily. So that's why I normally bake my nose, my T-zone area, just to be specific. And as I'm baking, you're seeing I'm making sure like I've gotten the shape of the nose I intend to put, because you know we can shift down. So I'm just going to do that. Make sure I bring some over here. I don't want to look a bit crazy. And then for me, for baking really means like I just use excess powder. So to that time, like you guys cannot even see where my nose is. That's what I love about my face. Like you cannot see it, and I don't want you to see it. So I just blend it immediately. I don't like it sitting there because it will be harder for me to blend. And after I'm done, now I'm going to do away with this side. I'm just going to take a clean brush, and you see, like this is the harsh lines that I hate, but you're going to work your way around and just blend it. So since this thing is a bit harsh, I go back in with the beauty blender I use for my foundation and just go over it to create like a bit seamless, and a seamless look, let me put it that way. So I make sure that I go really in. I make sure I blend this out. It looks a bit better. I think this can do, like, you can clearly see I've matched. So I make sure I blended it completely. Then the same brush that I used is the same brush that I'm going to spread the powder, excess powder off, and use it on my face. Now that I'm done, I'm going to take the brush that I used for contour and use blush on my face. I came to love blush. I was never a blush girl to begin with, so yeah, I don't know how I fell in love with blush, but here we are. So actually, I cannot tell you guys the name because it's called Seven. It's really a drugstore thing. It's called Seven Coal in the shade number 7. I hope you guys can see that name. It's a bit old. I bought it last year. I've never even changed it, but whatever. So I'm just going to take up this one. A little goes a long way. Like, I don't want an excess blush thing. So for blush, I use it at the middle of my cheekbone, somewhere here. So I'm just going to pat it there. Like you can see, I've just done like 3 taps and it's already this concentrated. So, and then make sure I blend it into my cheekbone. Because you guys, this trick works. Blending it in your eyes, bro. Whoever invented it is a pro. Because what? It looks so good. Like, mashallah. So I make sure I blended it completely. Like, I feel it's a bit excess, but I'm just going to work my way around it. So if it's excess a bit, I'm just going to spread it outside, like on top of my eyebrow. It looks better that way. But I make sure like I really blend, completely blend. And the excess, I put it on my nose. I love a blushed nose nowadays. So yeah. This is where we are at. Like you can see, this face, even this side looks a bit slim. I don't know, it looks so good. So good. So I'm going to do the other side. I'm going to take my foundation thing, my foundation beauty blender. Just tap a bit of foundation because I feel like I've used excess. So, and then I pat it on top. This is just to even out things. Like you can see, it's a bit more subtle now. I don't love a heavy blush on my face, honestly. So yeah, this helps in evening out, and it's damp, remember, so it's going to pick a lot of product. So right now it looks good, and this I look excess. So yeah, I don't know, it helped me. It really goes a long way for me. And add a bit of foundation, it won't do any damage. Like I've added a bit of foundation just to neutralize things. Yeah, it looks better now. Now I love it. Totally love it. Like, wow, I look so glazed. I look so smashed and beautiful. So as a reminder, I put it on my nose. I don't know. I love it. Just looks good, yeah. Some more here. So after I'm done, I'm not going to spray. No, I'm not done yet. I'm going to use highlighter. This is the Milani one. It's the name got erased, so yeah, bear with me. I'm just going to use my fingers and pat it on top of my cheekbone, on top, literally on top. So just a light pat, and you're good to go. You can see it's bringing out the snatch, like baby. And then I'm going to put some on my tip of my nose, over here, some on my eyebrow, and then I'm going to pick up a tiny brush and do some over here, just a bit to highlight my eyes. And then now that I'm done, I'm just going to use some setting spray. Let me give you guys an amazing hack for those who don't know. So after you've sprayed your face with setting spray, fixing spray, whatever, take your beauty blender, a clean part, spray some setting spray on your beauty blender, then tap it all over your face. It's going to give you a very natural, not natural per se, it's going to give you a very blended look, like you guys can see, like no harsh lights, no nothing. Like, girl, looks so good.
Need you, boy. I've been waiting my whole life to find someone like you, to find someone like you. Yeah, 'cause I've been waiting my whole life to find someone like you, to find someone like you. Baby,